All right. All right. I think we're live again. And I think we may even be live on InsideLowell.com again. I apologize. We are getting texts from a bunch of people saying, "Hey, what the hell happened?"
The usual.
Yeah, oh, I think we're back.
Okay, good.
We're back.
Hey,
all right. Hey, apologies to everybody out there. I'm a fuck up. Sorry. I did something wrong, and in trying to fix it so that we could be on InsideLowell.com and not just YouTube,
It came across.
I screwed something up. But hey, welcome back. You're tuned into the Daily Pulse Live, the Friday, February 27th edition of the Daily Pulse Live. We've got Leslie, we've got Lindsay, we've got
start again.
here. We were just kind of talking about how I became an a-hole on the radio.
No, that isn't why I was asking that. It was actually
It
was a genuine question because, like, I do find it admirable that you can.
We have to care.
Push it.
You have to reach your I don't give a shit moment.
Yeah.
You haven't gotten there yet. You got a future ahead of you. You've got a potential career. You've got a life. There's gonna be a family. Me, I'm 60 years old. Who cares? I'm officially, as Guillermo Pena says, I'm at the get off my lawn phase of my life at this point, where I don't really give a shit, right? So that's how I became like I don't care. I'm sure I piss people off.
But don't you think, let's be fair, you equally enlighten and make other people happy?
I try.
Of course you do.
I try. So it's information and entertainment. So you try to give information in an entertaining way.
Your downfall's politics. That's the only person.
National politics, locally.
It's getting juicy around here with those two.
So, we did get a bunch of text. Thank you, everybody, for texting both the Shaw Farm Pulse line and for texting me saying somewhere along 10 a.m. we went off the air, but I think we're back. Let me put the Shaw Farm Pulse line back up there for those of you who don't have it memorized. Text us at 978-PULSE-IN. That's 978-785-7346. And our friends at Shaw Farm will deliver your feedback straight from their store to our studios, just like they'll deliver all their goods. Shaw Farm Home Delivery. No time to shop, no problem. Get fresh Shaw Farm milk, ice cream, and more delivered right to your front door. Sign up now, shawfarm.com. All right, week in review. What stuck out from you ladies this week besides hockey and how we can't even as a country come together on hockey?
I think didn't we? Oh, we didn't. Four didn't go.
We did for Sunday.
4 men didn't go, and the women refused. That's right.
Well, the women didn't refuse.
Well, they got asked 3 days later.
No, they so here's one of the misnomers.
Like that.
The women were invited Saturday to go.
Oh.
But before the men even won their game.
Wait, I do have something to say. Are we talking about when they were in the locker room on the phone with Trump? Is that what you guys are referring to? Because how I took it, or like when I saw that video versus how everyone else was referring to it, I was like, am I confused? Because I took it as like he was on the phone with them and was just like being him and like being a jerk off and being like, we have to invite the women too, being like, but I thought he was trying to be like
funny.
Classic him being like a commentator on like liberals being like, we have to include all. So, we have to invite the women.
Yeah.
Obviously he's just an idiot.
But women and he and women are a hot topic.
Well, we know that. But I thought he was like playing into it, like being annoying.
Yeah.
He was, and there's certain things that he can't say, even though he's trying to be funny without getting in trouble. Basically, every time he opens his mouth, he gets in trouble.
But he's funny too, though. He's very accommodating. He's very charismatic.
Yeah, once you get anyone who meets him in person. So you know what's funny, Boder? About a week and a half ago, I went back and I listened to our interview with him, to then candidate Trump, and he was so not the guy that he was on the campaign trail.
He was very nice to me.
He was very nice to you.
So he heard my voice and went, "Oh, hello, Leslie." He didn't know there was a woman, and when he heard my voice, he goes, "Hello." Corey Lewandowski hooked us up.
Corey Lewandowski hooked us up. But so now are we mad at Connor Hellebuck and these guys for going? I saw that the Bruins. I saw this Bruins stiff Jeremy Swayman didn't go. But then again, he wasn't even dressed last night for the Bruins because he couldn't be bothered to go
he's
back.
kind of a sim lately.
Wait, are you asking if people should be upset that they went?
That they were so celebratory.
First of all, if you just won for your country a gold medal with your team that you worked so hard for, and then no matter who's in office, let's pretend it's someone you wanted. Regardless, you just got asked with your team that you worked so hard on, you just won the gold, you're on like the top of the world, and you just got asked with the highest honor to go to the White House to celebrate, and he says he had something for you regardless who it is, you would obviously be like, yeah, that's so cool, I want to see. And
some people won't go. And there was a time, by the way, where you got invited to the White House, and I remember it kind of started with I think there might have been somebody in the younger Bush term, and then it's in the Obama term there were others like I'm not going, and then naturally with Trump I'm not going, and people ask me, would you go? I'm like, in this if
I would love to see what that was
Kamala Harris was president and come to the White House for something that we're honoring a group that you're associated with. How the freak would you not go? I want to go. It's on my bucket list to get to the White House as a tourist, let alone to sit in the Oval Office.
See what it looks like in
there? And enjoy another delicious McDonald's meal. He did it again. He fed them McDonald's.
He did?
Yes, he's supposed to go to the White House for this lovely, elaborate dinner. And he's done it twice now. I forget the other team he did it to, McDonald's. He did it to them too. But anyway, he had McDonald's.
Well, he eats McDonald's all the time.
I know he does.
I think he loves McDonald's because he did the drive-thru.
Well, it doesn't love him back, according to people.
Do you know what his rationale for that was? He gave it one time. He goes, and I don't agree with this because you eat at these smaller restaurants because you don't know what you get and you got nothing. They got nothing to lose. Goes, McDonald's gives you a bad meal or something goes wrong with McDonald's. You start to get food poisoning from their sesame seed buns or whatever. And he goes, they lose millions of dollars, so I know that they're going to be on top of things.
That's interesting.
That was his rationale.
That's interesting. The dictator of North Korea brings his own water wherever he goes.
Yeah, if I were him, I would too.
Vladimir Putin, when he leaves the Kremlin, the Kremlin, when he leaves, he doesn't drink water either. He brings his own water with him.
That's, smart because they're probably trying to.
Well, in ancient times, kings had food tasters.
Right, to make sure that no one was...
Here, Teddy, have some coffee.
I got my own.
But I do feel bad
my
for
UMass Lowell mug.
back Hughes, though. People were like, "You brain dead idiot." I'm like, "Why?"
Yeah, they've turned on the Hughes boys.
My tooth guy? No.
I'm like, why?
He gave a tooth for this country.
I know, and also I'm like, he's just playing a sport he loves. He didn't say anything wrong. He just said it's an honor to be invited.
And by the way, they all talked about how much they love the women. The guys were at the women's game.
They celebrated with the women.
The women were at the guys. There's clearly a camaraderie there.
Well, we hadn't beaten Canada in years. Either team.
The men have never beaten Canada in the Olympics, right? So the women, the American women, have gotten to the level where they're hanging with Canada. They're beating them regularly. They'd beaten them 5-1 earlier.
We have organized women's hockey now.
The Lowell
Fleet. They can play, and thanks to Billie
I'm really
Jean
mad
King.
at you for wearing a Boston Fleet.
I'm sorry, I know that.
The Lowell Fleet.
It should say Lowell.
The Lowell
Not again.
Are they going to bring their gold medals to Lowell with them, or are they going to keep them in Boston?
Regardless, Teddy, they're gold medals.
I cheered for them. I rooted for them.
Both overtime goals against Canada.
But think about both games were 2-1 games with overtime goals.
It was on the floor for them
to decide. It was great drama. I had my kids were into it. My wife was into it, and then we had to take Ruby to swimming. So we get it at Goldfish in Westford. So we get in the car. It's like 10:45, just as the overtime is starting on the men's game. And I'm driving, and my wife was trying to get Hulu on my phone. I wasn't trying to do it while I was driving. No, officer, whoever out there in Westford.
Officer, we don't care.
But by the time, because now you're on the road, you've left your home's internet, so now your phone so I'm like, you got to turn off the internet and just do it over the cell phone signal. And it came up just as they're all jumping on each other and they're doing the monkey pile up one on top of the other. So we missed the game-winning goal, but we did get to celebrate with the team. But it was awesome. How could you not?
Well, I don't hate Canada. Like, I don't have a rival against Canada. I don't have a problem.
No, as a matter of fact, our hockey team will be unbeatable when Canada becomes the 51st state. It will be unfreaking beatable. Nobody will touch us.
Every time a Canadian tries to come at me, I always say, isn't it horrible you have to play your national sport here? Sorry.
Well, how about the word? We'd rather make Greenland the 51st state instead of Canada. How bad have things gotten in
Drill,
Canada?
baby, drill.
I will not say anything bad about my friends in Canada because I met some really wonderful people in Toronto, and I've got family that lives up there. And
Canada loves us.
And they rock. What do we got on the Shaw Farm Pulse line, Lindsay? Folks, you can text us at 978-PULSE-IN. That's 978-785-7346. And now that the idiot who set up the technical broadcast and accidentally killed it got it back online on InsideLowell.com and on our YouTube channel, you can send your feedback directly to us. Lindsay is more than happy to read it, and she's not doing it from her makeshift board there. I think we're going to permanently move you, by the way, to the big kids table. We'll find out something to do with the board.
And Michaela are here?
We can do 3 people there.
Oh, okay.
We can manipulate this shot here. I can get that other camera to get all 3 of you in there, and then what we'll do is we'll do this for our studio audience.
Okay.
Which, by the way, we had a studio audience of 1 last week.
Audience.
This is the bleachers. Right here are the bleachers. So we got to put people in the green ones there.
Yeah. And
okay.
So we have 2 levels of stools that we can set up, so we can have 5 or 6 people there, which, by the way, we will do on St. Patrick's Day, because Batch and I have talked about, if you want to come in on that Tuesday, we're going to do a St. Patrick's Day breakfast.
Why would you do that when I just said I'd be in Ireland for St. Patrick's?
Oh, that's right, you did say that. Bummer.
Well, I didn't get invited, and I'm here.
You can Zoom. You can Zoom from Ireland. We'll be what, 5 hours ahead?
I will be at the police parade in Galway, so I cannot.
Zoom in right from the police parade.
I will bring footage. My dad's marching in it. That's why I'm going.
So, and you're going to march in the parade, or you just
No, my dad is.
Well, you have to zoom in then.
I will
zoom in from the parade. We can. I mean,
that would be cool.
All these fake Irishmen here.
Would you rather me zoom in from the Worthen?
No, every Greek, Hungarian, and Polish person who becomes Irish for one day throws on a green shirt, gets shit-faced, and suddenly, Aaron go brah! It's like, no, we're going to be right in Dublin on St. Patrick's Day. Galway, even better. Yeah, the real Ireland.
Yeah, it's really cool. I'm so excited to see that.
All right, what do we got on the Shaw Farm Pulse line?
From their family farm to your family table, fresh, local, and delivered with care. Sign up at Shaw Farm. From Cali Llama. Happy Winterfest weekend, gang. Teddy, great show yesterday with attorney Krista Emerson. She did a fantastic job going over the serious title issues and the city has with the senior center, which date back initially over 2 decades ago. The issues she pointed out are clear-cut and straight from the first-year law school property 101. I believe that the city manager and the city solicitor identified these problems and explained them thoroughly to the city council, especially in executive session, and are doing the best they can to clean up the mess with as little harm to the city taxpayers and services as possible. In reading the executive session minutes, it appears there is a faction of some elected city officials who are not lawyers and proclaim to be watchdogs of the city finances that believe wrongfully so that the city is in strong position to either retake the property or renegotiate better lease terms. Wow. I believe that this faction of councilors are misguided and have been made clear that this mess has put the city in an untenable bargaining position.
Callie going scorched earth?
Yeah, wow.
Wow, what happened, Callie?
Has told numerous times by the city solicitor
Who pissed in Callie's cornflakes?
Are a complete mess, and the city does not own the property, that the success of litigation to obtain title would be iffy at best, and even that the leasing of the property would probably be the most viable option to clean up any prior issues, including title. Funny how these fiscal watchdogs also moved to the city to expand additional taxpayer funds for independent outside counsel. That would move then likely tell them exactly what attorney Emerson. Oh, it's just a layout. Emerson laid out, and what I am sure the city solicitor told them numerous times in executive session. Thank God that vote failed. Anyways, hope these issues get resolved soon.
There's Callie throwing bombs.
Exactly.
I'm like, wow, that was hard to read. I was like, what is going on here?
The part of the broadcast where we had crashed, we were talking about like how you get to the I no longer give a shit moment, and
I think he just
you
did.
become liberal. I think Callie has gotten to the I don't give a shit.
He reached that as we were getting there.
Listen, the inside Lowell guy, the guy who's got a media company and needs to talk about something every day on a podcast, needs to write stories. I hope the city goes to the mattresses with the senior center landlord. I'm listening to the real estate attorney, Counselor Emerson, who I talked to yesterday. I'm like, they're not going to win, and they're going to end up costing taxpayers more money. Hire an independent counsel, which some of the counselors want to do. The Cali Lama was referring to that. Then maybe end up, if you lose the case, just remember, you're not just paying for that counsel. If the counsel says go to court and you lose, then now you have to pay 4 years worth of back rent, and now that's on the taxpayers. Easy for me to say go to court and sue them, right? I'm not the politician, I'm not the city manager or whatever.
Yeah.
But remember, if the repercussions, if it fails, those $1 million that you owe in back rent, double the damages, whatever the case may be, that's on you. Do you want to take that risk? I personally wouldn't if I were a counselor, but the podcast guy says, fuck yeah, do it. Do it.
He likes to mix it up.
What else do we have on the Shaw Farm Pulse line?
𝐶𝐞𝐬𝐥𝐢𝐞 and good morning and happy Friday to everyone.
Happy Friday,
Stream is
𝐶𝐞𝐬𝐥𝐢𝐞.
working. Yes, it is.
Yay.
Even though the Winter Olympics ended this past Sunday, I thought it would be important to share some things you may have missed. First and foremost is...
So, 𝐶𝐞𝐬𝐥𝐢𝐞 Weekend Review. We got to get a sponsor for this segment.
Seriously, this guy knows what's up.
Who wants to sponsor 𝐶𝐞𝐬𝐥𝐢𝐞's Weekend Review?
Nazgul, a 2-year-old wolf dog, apparently was caught on camera during the women's cross-country skiing team sprint qualifying event crossing the finish line.
A dog?
The wolf dog.
The wolf dog? Really?
Apparently escaped from his owner's apartment. The owners of the wolf dog are Enrico and Alice Viscaro. Moving onward with the food being served inside the Winter Olympics Village dining hall facilities. Somewhere in the food serving area, there was a Nutella dispenser where if you push your hand down on the pump, which comes out Nutella, obviously. Another food item that caught my attention was the pasta-shaped Olympic rings. Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, they were eating those on the Today Show one morning.
That's cute. But that being said, a question for everyone. What were some of the moments of the Winter Olympics that were most memorable you won't forget? I assume it's the hockey team.
Both
hockey team for me, Lindsey Vonn wiping out, and the figure skaters, both the men's prohibitive gold medal favorite and the women's just
I will say Taylor Swift
just like a stale cookie.
Yeah, boy.
Announcing the figure skaters was a highlight for me because I was wondering why she kept wearing. She does like a lot of foreshadowing in her work where like she'll post stuff.
Who's this?
Taylor Swift.
Oh, Taylor, yeah.
She posted a video of her like in her docu-series. I don't know if you ever watched it.
I still have not watched any episodes.
Yeah. Towards the end of it, when she's talking about like the end of the Eras tour, when she started working on the album that came out in October, she was wearing a lot of Olympics gear. And I was kind of like, no offense, why is this woman wearing like Olympic sweaters? This is so random. But it made so much sense now because she did announcing for the Olympics. She introduced all of the U.S. figure skaters
as they were heading out to the ice.
She did like the introduction for them on like if you look on their social media and like for the Olympics online.
Okay.
She announced them, talked about like their background, how they got into skating. And,
was she a figure skater as a kid? Did she do it as a kid or anything?
No, I think they just asked her to.
And she did it out of patriotism?
Yeah, she likes
that.
She really she's a big person like that. But she announced and like did background for all the figure skaters, the U.S. figure skaters.
Oh. All right.
So,
a little fun fact there.
That was my favorite part. I liked hearing her announce for the women. It was cool.
Hey, speaking of hockey, since we've been talking about hockey, I saw a news story that I'm sure caught your attention there because you're in love with that hockey. Although actually, I'm not sure if you're in love with it anymore after last week with with Lindsay, that hockey
Lindsay and
Netflix series.
The reason why Lindsay and I were so taken aback from, well, she's not here, so I won't get in trouble for saying it, but Lindsay and I used to have a history where we would only like hang out with hockey players, like in college and in high school. Like most of our roster was hockey players. I don't know why. That was just kind of our taste.
You were hockey groupies.
Yeah, completely. Completely bad choices.
You like the long, slicked back hair look?
Not really. It wasn't really bad. It was more maybe just the attitude. I don't know.
Scars and teeth, Teddy. Scars and teeth.
It wasn't even that, because none of them had bad teeth, but they all
Yeah.
had this like unimaginable thought that they were all going to go to the NHL. None of them did.
By the way, you ever been around like hockey equipment after a practice?
I have.
It's
Thank
the
you.
most disgusting smell
And
I've
the
ever had
games are no
in my
good
life.
either, and I'll tell you that. But so then when we watched the show, we were like, "Damn, this is probably why none of those relationships worked out."
So the famous
But Heated
cottage,
Rivalry has the show
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was all the rage, the Heated Rivalry Netflix series, and I guess there was a
Hollander's
cottage
Summer
there.
Cottage, yes, is on Airbnb.
Yeah, so you can now. I don't know what the price tag is.
Something
It's
fat.
gone up.
If you knew what happened in that cottage, it's fat. That rent is fat.
Maybe not for me.
Let's go in with a black light first. You'll be fine.
It was all a movie. It was all make believe.
If it was a movie, you could buy it.
But how do you? So I've always wondered that. I never acted other than in
Thank
school
you.
plays. But how do you do those steamy love and sex scenes,
Tell you.
regardless of what they're like, and not? I mean, this
Because they're not your husband.
right. But you have to.
Oh, you mean between two people? I was like,
Yeah,
I was like, they have intimacy coordinators, so they like have a professional person
Sure.
that's job is to
But
make sure.
I'm laying, and I'm gonna guess they're not completely naked, but there are in some movies there are scenes where they're completely naked, and now I'm simulating sex, and I know they're simulating it because the porn industry, that's a different film industry.
Okay.
But you're simulating sex with somebody who's not your significant other or
Right.
spouse.
That's called
Most of
acting.
the times they're hot. They're not,
Yeah.
throwing Kathy Bates in a
There's
sex
a thing
scene.
called in show business. Haven't you heard it? Sorry if I do. Sorry if I don't.
No,
That's what it's called.
really?
Yeah, it's like that's like a thing. They
All right,
say.
so I mean, if you're a normal red-blooded, hot-blooded guy, you're probably gonna get aroused, aren't you? And a woman here
If you're,
probably
like,
gonna
a
get
real
aroused.
Individual, like if you're like a real actor who's like in on it, maybe you can like compartmentalize like what you're doing. I don't know.
That's a tough thing
But
to
also, I don't know if you
especially
knew
for
that-
your significant other or spouse who's watching.
Well, I
that
don't know if
scene,
you
right?
knew this, but the two main characters on Heated Rivalry, I just discovered this week, so talk about news, but one of them who plays, I'm not good at knowing their real names, but there's like the Canadian hockey player, then the hockey player who's from Russia in the show. But the one who's from Canada in real life, I cannot think of his name. He has a girlfriend in real life. And on Valentine's Day, he like posted her and like did like a launch of like, so everyone knows that he has a girlfriend, and people were like,
Because everybody thought he was gay.
everyone thought he was gay
Really?
because his co-star is gay in real life and is in a relationship
okay.
with a man. So people kind of just anticipated that they both were.
How graphic did the show get? I haven't seen
Very,
any. So
very.
they got like when they did those sex and intimate scenes.
Yeah.
They really.
I'm very uncomfortable.
Well,
Jenny, I can't quit you.
I can't quit you
can't
either.
quit you.
But yeah, Brokeback Mountain. But that's what I'm like. How do you do those scenes and not?
That nasty, that nasty. Wait a minute. No,
How do you
Brokeback
do these
Mountain is a
scenes?
gay kind of a gay movie, and in it he goes, "I can't quit you. I just can't quit you because the Cowboys."
It was about.
Do they do something?
It was a movie about a gay love affair between two cowboys, and it
That
was.
went out to the range every year.
And it was, but it's like, so even whether it's those scenes or even again Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, so they ended up leaving their others for
Yeah. Well, that
because
shootout is how it
it
ended.
started with those scenes. So how can you not? I mean, well, maybe it started before those scenes, but
She said on national TV too, right in the middle of it, "I don't date married men." That was Angelina,
Oh, well, good for you, girl, because you ended up doing it.
and she's
I don't
alone.
like her.
She's alone now.
But Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga.
Yes,
A
Lady.
Star is Born.
Lady fell.
And they either acted it out, or
Lady
if
fell.
I'm Bradley Cooper's wife, Bradley ain't getting
He
out of my
doesn't have a
sight.
wife.
When
He was single that whole time.
Was he?
She was.
I thought he was married or had a girlfriend.
No, he was single that whole time, and she had a fallen engagement that ended right as she was getting the role.
Oh,
and
really?
She was devastated.
Oh, no kidding.
And I
fell for him,
watched her documentary on it, but she was like heartbroken. That wasn't like anything that had to do with The Star is Born. She got that role that she dreamed of, and then her engagement ended. And her life was like, I've reached the peak of my career, but then like my real life was like.
Did it end because the guy watched her interactions with Bradley Cooper on screen?
She just was granted the role.
Oh, she hadn't even made the movie yet. Okay.
He's not Gucci.
'Cause I gotta tell you, the way the two of them looked at
accents.
each other at those Academy Awards and Grammy Awards.
That's
That's what I was talking about with Wuthering Heights. Like, if I were Margot Robbie's husband and son at home, who's like, what, like
They're all
9 months?
Yeah.
I'd be like, why are you on your, but it's the press junket. That's how they sell this stuff, to make it look like the co-stars are willing to like risk it all for each other to like leave their homes.
Yeah, there's an actor, Neil McDonough. He born and raised in Hyannis, right on 132. I know the family. He refuses to kiss other women on film, and he's lost his career as a result.
Because of that?
Yes, I'm like, you're an idiot. You came from a motel. The family owned a motel, the Rainbow Motel in Hyannis on Route 28. And the McDonough boys, all of them, and one Neil became an actor. And he went to Hollywood and became a very big actor, huge. But he wouldn't kiss anyone because he's married. I'm thinking, well, you don't have a house anymore either. And now he's complaining he can't get a gig. So, well, you got your girl. Should have.
I mean, I think if you're single.
No, he's married to her.
He's married. Okay.
But he refused to kiss another actress.
Ah, okay.
You're in the movies.
Well, did
I'm
he?
like, well,
did
that
he?
comes with the, that comes with the territory.
Did he refuse, or was it refused for him at home?
Who knows? That's
Those
true.
crystal blue eyes. But anyway, yeah, he's lost his career because he refuses to. And I really thought that was kind of shady.
You mentioned Wuthering Heights, by the way, getting killed by. I don't even want to say it's the critics. It's the literary critics, the ones who are saying it's taking a lot of liberties with the book.
Oh boy!
Because, which I normally don't with movies. I have, like, for example, I had no. I saw Housemaid, which I told you about. I knew nothing about. I love going into movies. If I know nothing about them, because then you like are completely shocked by it.
Yep.
And I love to read, so like I knew that these two were like based on big books, but I didn't read Wuthering Heights. It like was not. People like were like, oh, you didn't read it in school. I'm like, no.
I read it in like 8th or 9th grade, but I honestly don't remember enough about it to know what Hollywood is doing to it. It's very. I remember this.
People said it was like supposed to be like a tragic love thing, but then my sister went and saw it and said it was like scary. But my sister has a knack for being overdramatic, and
Did you just call your sister a drama queen?
she is my queen. She's my best friend, but she's dramatic.
Geez, you might have just reached the I don't give a shit phase of broadcasting.
She's not watching this. She's working, but
oh, I'll make sure she watches. I'll cut that up as a tease right there. 49 minutes in.
She was like, "Oh, Lindsay, it was kind of scary. Like, I feel like you'd like it, but also like whatever." And I was like, "Wait, Emma, I thought it was like supposed to be like romantic and like heaty, like that kind of thing." She was like, "Oh, it was, but whatever."
It's Wuthering.
Yeah, but then I started seeing all these comments, and it was like, it did, like, people were saying like, oh, Emerald, who was the director, like did wonders with this. Like, I can't even believe it. Like, this woman's like something different. But then the comments were like, this did the book like so much injustice.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I keep hearing. So
like what Jacob Elordi was supposed to be is not who he was casted as. Like, she, like, I guess, like, rejected that entire of like who, like, Heathcliff is supposed to be.
did she try to make it woke? Did
No,
she try to make Wuthering Heights woke? Don't tell me this.
I think, which I might be mistaken, but I think in the book, Heathcliff is supposed to be an Asian man in the book, and he's a white man in the movie. And people were like, it's supposed to be like controversy from that day and age, like they're supposed to be in love and it's like a forbidden thing. From like what I'm gathering, I don't know much about it, which I hate that I now know because I wanted to go blind, but I was so intrigued by why people were so angry because I had seen nothing but like, oh my gosh, this movie is nothing but amazing. But I think people are getting clouded over like who was casted in it versus what the actual plot is supposed to be. But I'm like, that's why I think she saved herself, the director, by putting quotations around Wuthering Heights, because she's like, I didn't take Wuthering Heights for what it was. I adapted it into my own thing of how I resonated with it. When you see it on the credits, it's Wuthering Heights with quotations around it. So I think that's kind of like how she.
Isn't that interesting? Because the woman is Asian.
Who?
The woman that directed the film.
Emerald?
The woman, isn't it a woman that directed?
Yeah, Emerald.
Is she Asian?
No, but one of the women who's in it is.
Is, okay. Because I never knew the Asian part of that.
But like from what I understood or like what I was reading, I think Heathcliff was supposed to be, which was supposed to make it more controversial for why they were in love, and it's supposed to be like
he's like the hired help at the house.
Is Asian?
I think he was supposed to be, and it was supposed to be like
what kind of a name
you
is that?
can't. I think he was like brought in by the family, and they like took him under his wing and like raised him.
So they
but
gave
like
him
you know exactly.
They gave him an English, adopted an Asian kid, gave him an English.
His name's Harry. It's just the accent.
There was a Red Sox used to have a relief pitcher named Heathcliff Slocum who always reminded me of Wuthering Heights.
But I don't know if that's really the case and that's why people are upset, or maybe they're just like the adaptation isn't how I took it when I read it. But that's the thing about literature is like you can take it however you. When you're the reader, you know, like people take it so many different ways.
How long is the movie?
I don't know. That's a great question. I think it's like 2 hours.
Yeah,
I want to go see it, but my wife and I have not gone to a movie together, just the two of us, forever. We used to go all the time.
Yeah.
Now we only go for the kids' movies. I loved it too, but she got the mass. Remember the mass shooting at a movie theater?
Wait, the one about the Joker?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ever since
oh my gosh, that is why I stopped going for forever because I was petrified.
She will not go. It takes a lot to get her to go to the movies with the kids when there's one that she wants to see. And there was a day where she was working, and I took the kids to see. It was a few months ago. I took them, and she texted me the whole. I could tell she was like nervous. So I'm not sure I'm going to get to see Wuthering Heights until it comes to home.
Does she like Jacob Elordi? Because I feel like that's the one reason it got.
She's married to me. Why would she look at another man?
She definitely likes him.
Why would she look at another man when she can come home to this every single night?
I won't answer. I plead the fifth.
Riley, tell them, you know. All right, Shaw Farm Pulse Line. Get some more feedback rolling in. Text 978 Pulse in. That's 978-785-7346. And our friends at Shaw Farm will deliver your feedback straight to the fabulous Lindsay.
Ned, the IT guy downstairs. We haven't heard from him in
Ned,
so long.
he might have been. Has he been on vacation?
Yeah, he must have been working.
Okay.
Did I just hear someone give an update on the cafeteria at the Olympic Village? Can he please officially change that guy's name to 𝐿 Deep Thoughts?
Hey, listen, we all have different interests. 𝐿 likes little fun facts. It's like the Today Show.
All I can hear is Saturday Night Live, high expectations. And two people down looking at dirt. And they're just looking at a dirt pile, and they just met. They're not the swankiest of gals and guys. Low expectations, I think it's called. Low expectations.
What else is on the Pulse Line?
I was afraid Leslie dropped her side piece and it went off. Cal must have stayed in last night.
Oh, was that from Batch?
Batch said that.
Oh yeah, when we went off the air. Yeah, for those not aware, I screwed up. We were streaming, and then I realized I hadn't properly attached the stream to the InsideLowell.com, so we were only on YouTube. I should have just left well enough alone. I thought I could fix it because I'm a technological genius now. So I destroyed the whole podcast. But we got it restarted. But no, Batch, Leslie's piece did not go off.
I'll give you a piece of my mind.
I don't know if her side piece went off, but that's a different discussion. Well, that's after the show.
I'm sure you'll let me know.
Probably not if the elevator's still down and she has to hoof it up 3 flights. The only thing going off is Leslie and her landlord.
Cradle me.
Maybe he can come down and give you a piggyback up the stairs.
No.
Does Rob watch the live show?
Yes, he told me we were not live.
Oh, okay. Hey, Rob, could you please, if the elevator's not working, could you please come downstairs and give Leslie a piggyback up the 3 flights?
Nothing says intimacy like that.
Nothing like a piggyback ride. What else we got out there? Fabulous Lindsay.
Rick Gillis says,
Gilly Malpena, Uncle Ricky.
Now that Riley can get into a rated R movie on her own, she doesn't need to. one. Just saying.
Wow. Ouch. Uncle Ricky. I thought we were.
I wasn't gonna go there, but
You gotta go with those. Those are the ones
He's
you
just
live
mad that Mookie Betts isn't his nephew-in-law and that I am. That's all it is.
for. Okay.
Yeah, he's just because my wife got asked out. We talked about this
Yeah.
last time. My wife got asked out by Mookie Betts, and she said no when he was on the Spinners.
Do you know who Mookie is?
He was too short. Now when he signed his contract and when he signed his big contract and she was pregnant with our second child and
she had regrets.
the 9-month misery. Boy, did she hate life.
He grew a few inches.
No, I don't think he did, but his bank account did.
That's what I meant. That's exactly what I meant.
All right. We've talked about Boater's Elevator. I think we talked about the Senior Center while we were on,
Yeah.
the latest controversy. Winterfest, don't hibernate. Come celebrate with us this weekend. There's music all over the
Yeah, it's
downtown.
everywhere.
They're closing up streets and setting up tents.
Don't come downtown.
Merrimack Street is,
From Bridge into County Square, Prescott,
Right.
stay away. They shut Central Street down.
If you're trying to cut through for your commute,
Don't.
get out of downtown. But we want you to come downtown tonight and, of course, all day tomorrow for Winterfest.
Perfect weather.
They have music. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's going
weather
to hit
looks
40
so
today,
nice.
maybe 50 tomorrow.
Maybe 50.
They've got music at all sorts of venues in the
Yeah.
downtown tonight. The
rendezvous.
city is paying for entertainment. We've got a country singer at the Athenian.
Yes.
Lee Biddle. So if you like country music, I think one of the songs on his repertoire is Country Roads, which is one of my personal
Oh, that's
favorites.
a great song.
Probably the first country song I
Yeah.
ever knew. But, come on down. Are you around tonight, Fabulous Lindsay? Would you like to bring, this is a great opportunity if you like country music, to bring the beau, and he can meet us at the Athenian.
I have a special date with Belle Barbie.
You and Belle Barbie?
We're going to the movies. Hopefully it doesn't get shot up.
What are you going to go see Wuthering Heights?
Oh, no, we're seeing Scream 8 or 7, whichever one they're on.
Yeah, it seems like forever.
There's
on that
so
one.
many.
The first one was great, by the way. but
Yeah, I love the Scream stuff. There's just, no reason to not.
You can come down before or after,
That's true.
I'm more than happy to treat you guys. I owe you, for Christ's sake.
We'll discuss. in
After
our
your paycheck
circle.
bounced last week,
I didn't even know that, so good to know.
I'm teasing you.
But yeah, we'll discuss.
Okay, well, we'd love to see. It's been a long time since we've had an adult beverage together. It'd be great to have you come down. Lowell High is looking for a new high school football coach. Story broke on Inside Lowell yesterday. Scott Boyle is out after 2 years. Man, does that suck?
It was 2 years.
That program was dead. I think I wrote the word moribund. I went deep into my dictionary. I called it the moribund program. They
Yeah.
went 4-7 his first year, 9-2 second year, won their first ever playoff game under the
What
new
happened?
system. I don't know. I've reached out to Coach Boyle, crickets yet. I'm hoping to start reaching out to him again today. I'd love to know why. The athletic director, who did confirm his departure with me, told me I'll let him speak to you. Mr. Scott Allied, if you want to, since the coach isn't speaking to me, will you speak to me?
Right.
But we'll try to find out. But he's out. They did say, we updated the story this morning to say that Coach Boyle will work with the juniors and seniors on the
nice.
recruiting process to kind of continue that, help them get into college and whatnot. And that the athletic director and the principal of the school, the head of the school, Mike Fiato, are going to meet and try to figure out the plan to move the football program forward. But it sucks because they hadn't been good since Scott Boyle was last the football coach.
Right.
And they got him to finally come back, and now he's gone after 2 years. That sucks. That sucks a lot. So there's some breaking news. Go to InsideLowell.com. Check that out. If we can talk to Coach Boyle, we'll try to get you an update on that. Can we talk about Uncut Gems, though? One of my favorite movies of the last
You look at
10
it
or
once.
so years.
Yeah, it's
because
2016.
you brought it up completely at random today, Lindsay.
And we both reacted like, what? We've seen that.
Except I forget how much of an age difference there is.
Yeah.
And that you were a kid. Why would you go see Uncut Gems when
But
it first came
2016,
out?
I was 16.
Okay. Yeah, you could. It would be the kind of movie you would have liked as a 16-year-old.
It's on TV now.
What did you think? Did you like it?
I loved it. I was I only knew of it because of a meme, and then I didn't know Adam Sandler was in it. I didn't know.
I went to see it because he and Kevin Garnett were in it.
Right, which that makes sense. I mean, obviously, that was why my boyfriend was super into it because he loves Kevin Garnett. But I was like, I mean, I literally asked who is Kevin Garnett and where is he in the movie, and he was like, that big tall guy right there. I was like, oh,
Celtic, yeah.
To see a tall guy in Boston.
He was very, to my recollection, he hasn't done any other movie roles. I would have figured.
No,
like,
I think that was it, which was even more.
I think that was enough.
Because like he was pretty good in it.
He was
Though.
alright,
He had
yeah.
some acting chops, and like The
Yeah, but
Rock
he didn't-
started somewhere before he became a,
Best part was
movie
they all got
star.
stuck in the little
Yeah,
glass lobby and they couldn't open the door. It was so funny to
And
me.
they had to get the thing to.
It was wicked funny to me. Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was a great movie. It was fast paced.
It was.
It was,
Dialogue was
it was
great.
sports based,
And I liked that
based.
it like made you uncomfortable with
Yep.
like his own choices. Like you
Yeah.
felt uncomfortable when he was uncomfortable. Like it was
Yeah.
unsettling, like with what he was doing. You know.
Well, let's be honest, because you grew up in Westford. You may not know, but Leslie, you grew up in Lowell. You hang out at some of the
My uncle
Lowell
was a
bars of the
bookie.
day. Captain John's, Charlie,
Yeah,
the old Dubliner. It's like
Kentuckus
the
is
Highland Tab. Yeah, Kentucky. I call it Charlie's. Kentucky's is, but we knew a million Adam Sandlers in that movie. I forget what the character's name was, but
Howard.
that was Howard. Yeah, the people who were like they were just one better way, just one bad bounce in the sport.
That's very true.
Away from like being free and getting out of it,
That's
out of
very
this
true.
lifestyle and becoming something and making it all up to their wife and their kids. That is Lowell's a city of 110,000 people.
Yeah.
Probably half of them are men. We'll call it 50,000.
Sure.
It's probably the story of 35,000 Lowell. We were all Adam Sandler. And I love to see it. Plus, all he had done up to then was comedy, or he was these sweet, lovable type of guys in rom-coms,
Yeah,
right?
it was so
with Drew
intriguing to
Barrymore
see him
and other
play,
people.
like,
He's Happy Gilmore.
yeah, you know, he was like cheating on his wife.
Yep.
He was like being like a douche to like
Yep.
everyone. He's like, you know, making all these like shitty deals, and he's like not being respectful. I'm like,
But you rooted for him, though, right? What does that say about us? Like, we actually rooted for him.
like
to
I
win
really
that.
wanted him to get the deal, and then at the end, when you know the girlfriend was reading the ticket, and he won the money, and he's letting them out of the glass, and I was like, oh my god! Like first, I didn't, and honestly, the Safdie brothers are known for like doing that with their movies because they just did Marty Supreme, which won an Oscar.
Bing, bing, bing.
But it's like I guess they're known for doing that, like what you expect movies to have the ending. They like rip it from you. So I guess the ending made sense.
Well, it wasn't
but, like,
a happy ending for everyone.
no, but
Yeah.
like when you think that
was for Robert
he's-
Kraft.
when he rips out of there, he's like, you know, I did it, and he thinks Arno, he's like dead. But also, I was kind of confused. Like, did those guys not work with Arno really in the end? Because they ended up killing Arno too. They shot him right in the face.
Well, now that you've ruined the movie for everybody, but
Well, I don't care.
it's an old movie. But it was a good movie, right? I'm glad that you liked it because I wasn't sure if
That came out
people
of
would
the blue.
truly appreciate that.
Yeah, it was
People-
I appreciate it more because I think it was like giving like an actor a shot to be out of their comfort zone or like out of something we expect them in. And he like really did it justice.
He did, yeah. and Which I'm shocked.
Like
he
I don't
hasn't
think
done-
people would have mount him up to that, and he did it
Hustler?
with, yes, and he did it with like a lot of.
Yeah,
he did it with.
so he
a lot of
did one
talent.
other kind of serious movie where he was wasn't he like a sports general manager or assistant coach? And he was that Adam Sandler? It was a few years ago, and he was
Not Moneyball.
no, it wasn't Moneyball, but it was the basketball version of where he was trying to get his break and whatnot. Look it up. I'm pretty sure it was Adam Sandler.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But he was also very good in that. But he
Look
hasn't.
how much Adam
He's gone
Sandler's
back to
worth.
the romantic whatever.
He's worth $420 million.
He's a local guy, Manchester.
Manchester, New York.
I've run into him up in Manchester when I was working up at Channel 50 there. Hustle. That was the name of the
That's
movie.
it. That's right.
He was at, we'd be going to, it was then New Hampshire College. Now it's Southern New Hampshire University,
Okay.
but their head basketball coach, they're one of the winningest in New England history, maybe the winningest, Stan Spear, a Greek guy. So we used to go up there covering the team.
Of course.
And my coworker used to play basketball up there. And one day they were playing pickup.
Did
it
you
was a
play?
pickup game. I was not playing, but they were playing a pickup game, and there was Adam Sandler.
Adam plays everywhere.
He would walk into the gym and play
walks into-
basketball.
He walks everywhere and plays basketball.
Probably 2002, 2003.
He still does
but-
pick up ball in New York City. He
Does
just
he?
walks on a court.
Yeah.
Yep.
He played basketball at NDA when he was shooting grown-ups in Westford at the Quarry.
Oh, no
They
kidding.
let him play
Oh, that's
basketball
right. One
at NDA.
Grown Ups was filmed at the Quarry. That's
Yeah.
right.
Or Grown Ups 2, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he loved. He loves just playing basketball.
Yeah, and he puts his daughters in his films.
Yeah,
He can.
and he always like if he like
Every friend on SNL keeps getting roles.
Yeah, and when he like does that, like he asked NDA if he could have a shirt because he's like, I'll wear it in the movie.
Yeah.
And our principal was a nun at the time, and she was like, your movies don't jive with
Oh,
what.
that would have been
What?
great.
Yeah, so she was like, no. But like that's why you'll see like he wears a lot of like
Local
cool merch. Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's because
He
he
should have
does.
worn a habit.
I was like, you idiot. I was
would've let
like,
him
why
wear a
would
habit.
you do that?
It's because of his bad habits.
She wouldn't let
Jenny.
Adam Sandler wear an NDA thing because why? Because he hasn't even done anything bad other than being.
She didn't want him representing them.
Because it's like, the movies are vulgar and distasteful to like
Happy
the
Gilmore.
Catholic.
They're cute. Yeah, but they're cute. I can think of vulgar
No
and
kidding, but
distasteful.
Sister Mary had a different idea back then.
Oh, Sister Mary, you don't know nothing about marketing.
No, she doesn't.
I mean,
That's
look,
why the school's going
yeah,
down.
even the Bible and religion has to market itself. Let's go, sister.
He has risen.
Adam Sandler, if you want to make a grown-ups 3, I will talk. I will talk.
Yeah, it's Lent.
Yeah, we got a big deal.
Yeah, Ash Wednesday was last week. We're starting ours.
Believe me, I saw the crosses.
We Greeks are starting our.
Everybody in politics had a
our
cross
Lent this week.
the size
Oh,
of a
across their
silo.
foreheads, yeah.
They were this big. Mark Wahlberg, the guy that took a baseball bat to a guy and beat the crap out of him
Yeah.
when he was younger.
Hey.
He's
it was
religious
a youthful
again.
mistake.
He's all religion.
He is now. He's
Wicked.
very, and he goes,
Wicked.
and they always bring him to the. Did they bring him to the Today Show last week?
My dad loves talking about that
Supreme.
mistake Mark Wahlberg made.
Yeah,
Why?
He just
he tried to get out of it.
Because he was able to turn his life around. Or
Yeah,
because,
because he was like, he was caught up in some bad stuff, and then like look
He
what
almost
did.
killed a guy.
He's
And-
like
but
he
the
literally
way
was
he-
almost a murderer.
Yeah.
The way he recanted the story, Mark Wahlberg, is a very, very pale comparison to what he actually did.
Yeah, he like literally was like minutes from taking this man's life, like,
All right.
beating him.
Well, he made a mistake, and at least he.
Yes, but
Mistake.
when he tried to get a license to sell Wahlburgers, because he wants to be part of that, he can't. So he tried
Yeah, that's
to.
what happened
'cause he's a
because of the
convicted
history.
felon.
Right.
Of the, yeah.
But when he recanted the story, it was BS, because they have the police reports. And they have the victim, and they have the photos. And what he tried to say, it didn't really happen that way, but it did. You did a crappy, rotten thing. You tried to lie about it to get your Wahlburger license. Are you a great actor? Yeah. Do I like him?
He's
Yeah.
Mickey Ward.
He's Mickey
can't- he
freaking
played
Ward.
Mickey
He
Ward,
probably
yeah.
changed, He was probably like
Yes,
being naughty back then or
found-
whatever.
We give people a chance to change.
Yeah, I'm
I
just
agree.
saying, if you're going to recant the story, though, I don't lie about it when we have the report right here.
And the photo.
And the photo.
And the gentleman didn't die. He kind of told them what
I
you
was
did.
gonna say.
Yeah, anyway, sorry, Marky Mark.
He's cute.
I still love you.
I think you're great. You look good in underwear. So.
Yeah, and he
Yeah,
doesn't like
me
to be.
too.
He doesn't like to be called Marky Mark anymore.
I know, that's
either.
right. Did it?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, hang out with you long enough.
He would like to forget that Fun Bunch era.
Oh.
Marky Mark and the Fun Bunch.
That's his prerogative, Tim.
He's a very good actor, though. I'll tell you
Isn't that
what.
a song?
No, that was
That's
Bobby
his
Brown.
prerogative.
Bobby Brown. By the way, you want to watch a sad
No.
documentary? The Whitney Houston one I
Oh.
watched, where she had kind of become
Crack
a little
is
bit of a laughing stock because of the Bobby Brown relationship
Yeah.
and the crack is whack. And I watched that documentary, and I didn't know this about her. I actually went to see Whitney Houston in concert. She can freaking sing.
And you saw her sing that national anthem.
natural. And then I was there at the Super Bowl when she
Still
sang the
mad at you
national
for
anthem. She can sing, but as they wrapped that up,
Yeah.
they hinted, they talked about how she was like a sex addict, like she was insatiable, like, and it ruined all these relationships. Which she came up, she was like this Bible thumping
Yes. I was
gonna say,
gospel
no,
singer.
she was not.
And so the documentary talked about it, and the family members of hers talked about it,
Yeah.
and then they didn't offer a hint at this. They took you at the end of it. They took you back to her kind of being a kid, and they pointed to the fact there was very likely sexual abuse there,
Oh, wow.
which then explains
Why she was
how
pregnant.
Whitney Houston, and we're talking about sexual abuse at a 4, 5, 6-year-old age, at a very young age. And I was like devastated because she had become kind of a laughing stock to be
Wait,
not,
that's
not a laughing stock.
disgusting.
She'd become like the butt of the jokes. The crack is whacked
Yeah,
has
that's not
lived
funny.
in infamy. The Whitney Houston missing teeth, looking like a million miles of bad road
I
compared to
know.
the beautiful young performer she was. And now I'm like, oh man, that happened to her, like that, and it
See, but
explains
doesn't
it
that
all.
make you like think that maybe you should reflect?
I should be nicer to people. Is that what you're trying to say?
Maybe.
I should.
Yeah,
I should be nicer to people,
You're
just
fine.
not on
Everybody's fine.
podcasts.
Everybody's good.
I can still be an a-hole on podcasts.
True.
All right. We started late. We're running a little bit late, but we're going to go to the Shaw Farm Pulse line one more time. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to get your feedback in. Text 978-PULSE-IN. That's 978-785-7346. And our friends at Shaw Farm will send your feedback straight to the fabulous Lindsay.
No time to shop, no problem. Get fresh Shaw Farm milk, ice cream, and more delivered right to your door. Sign up at shawfarm.com. From Elijah Russell, I was surprised because all of the discourse online. Oh, wait. Here he's. Oh, he said something else. Oh, and he.
Yeah, Elijah sent a comment in earlier, and we apologize, Elijah. It's when I screwed up and took us off air. We actually talked about it. I was glad to see you because you've been constantly watching the Daily Pulse. You're constantly sending feedback on all of our shows, including our live shows. So it's not now we have a face and a person to put to it. Maybe he can be invited in as part of our studio
Thank you.
audience
There's
one
room.
day.
Someone
Come on
said,
in.
Q Long Deep says, and speaking of Mark Wahlberg, I remember watching his short film titled If Only Him in my freshman year of high school, a film I will not forget. An impact and meaningful film. I don't know that one.
If only him?
If Only Him.
Really? Mark
I'm not
Wahlberg.
taking away from his talent. I'm just saying, when he recanted the story, he fibbed. I didn't like that.
Uh-oh, we got a good comment on the...
Callie Lama, Bill and Hillary Clinton giving disposition testimony yesterday, Hillary, and today Bubba, to Congress about Jeffrey Epstein and their connections. Thoughts?
Hillary said she didn't. Well, actually, go back. So this is these folks. They're not stupid. She said, "I don't recall meeting Jeffrey Epstein."
Okay.
At which point everybody
Didn't
put
he
up.
go to his island and like shoot
I don't
naked
know if
girls
she
off
did.
a golf cart?
I don't know if she did, but he's been there. But
I heard that.
all of a sudden, so social media was a flutter with people with all these
I meant
photos.
from that biography of the autobiography of the victim from Epstein's Island, the one with Virginia. or
Virginia
whatever.
Jeffrey or whatever.
Yeah, the one
Jeffrey.
who like randomly died.
Yeah.
They,
well, bless her heart there.
So they everybody after
I don't know if that's true.
After she testified that I don't recall ever meeting Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
Everybody started posting all these photos of her and Bill with Jeffrey Epstein, of which there are at least a handful.
Right.
But again, people, this is why I caution you with politicians. Don't necessarily hear what they say. Listen to it and try to figure out what they're really saying. I don't recall
Right.
meeting Jeffrey Epstein. In other words, I may have met him, but I don't
plausible
remember.
deniability.
So
I was just saying,
so
it's not like she's saying she didn't.
exactly.
Yeah.
She's not really saying she did it. Don't go posting all those photos.
Yeah.
She's not saying she didn't. She's saying I don't recall
Right.
meeting him. Now, if you're trying to help, her recollection, God bless you. But listen. Politicians do this all the time. Witnesses, Leslie, you know this, right? From testifying
Sure.
in trials
You
and
have to be
whatnot.
consistent.
People will very carefully couch their words to try to avoid any legal jeopardy.
Yeah.
Well, that's like playing to your strengths.
It's what we would call being smart.
So Callie Lama,
It's smart.
Hillary Clinton may not have been lying. She may not recall it.
She doesn't recall.
She doesn't recall, but she may have met him. Those pictures, maybe she thought she was talking
Well,
to
you can't
somebody else.
hang with Bubba 1,000 times and not bump into Jeffrey walking around.
That whole-
Bubba.
Her
Bill,
husband,
Bill
Bill Clinton.
That was Bill
Oh,
Clinton's nickname.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it is 30 years ago, 20 years ago.
Listen,
But
he was
I don't know.
he was walking in all those big social circles. You see all the people who posed
Yeah.
a young Donald Trump before he kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago, a Bill Clinton, Bill Gates, and some look. This week they published the photo of poor Stephen Hawking. Stephen Hawking on a lounge chair by a
Stephen
pool.
Hawking is in a. Oh, you know Stephen Hawking.
Yeah.
So there's two bikini-clad women who they put black boxes over their face, but they're holding like umbrella drinks and cavorting with Stephen Hawking.
We share a birthday.
And now, can I
We don't share the same taste, but we share a birthday.
So those girls in the photo apparently were of age. They were not younger girls.
Wait,
So-
I'm sorry.
So
Is
can we
this like
cut?
before things went clearly very wrong for this poor man?
No. This is Stephen Hawking in his compromised
he had
state.
ALS.
It's a bit right.
It was while he was ill.
Debilitated. Used to be a frequent with Jeffrey Epstein, and Jeffrey
I'm sorry.
would set up young women to have some fun with him or whatever. And
While
but,
he had ALS?
yeah,
In his chair.
Well, yeah, he was-
Like he kind of sat in his chair. I'm not trying to make fun of him.
No, I understand exactly what you're saying.
He was in his
Wait, I'm
yeah.
sorry. In that photo of those two women, he's in his chair.
he's in. They
lounge
somehow
chair,
put him in a
but, like,
lounge
in-
chair. And he's smiling, and the girls are, but they blocked out her faces, but they're in bikinis and they're holding drinks. And I believe those girls are of age. So can I say this? You know, anybody who's even somebody,
they're of age, good
even
for him.
somebody with Stephen Hawking, it's like
Yeah.
if they're young, you should pay the price. If they're underage. But can we cut the guy some slack?
Jesus.
I'm sorry. Regardless of ALS or not, that's wrong. And you're hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein. Get out of here. That grossed me
He
out.
wanted to have a little fun.
I don't care. Ew, that just disgusted
Think about
me.
what
Now I
that
don't
guy's
feel
life
bad for
is.
him.
If he gets 10 minutes of joy from having a couple of bikini-clad women posing for a photo
But it's
with
the
him,
principle of
I
what
can
that
forgive
island
him.
stood for.
Yeah, but did everybody know about the other part?
How'd you end up on the 10-minute?
I don't know.
You're right. You're right.
Maybe it was 10 hours. Maybe I don't know.
No, that is a fair thing. I don't.
I'm not even implying he had sex, but if a couple of hot women showed him attention in a bar
that
or in a
is
pool,
true.
God bless you, Steve.
Like-
But
Yeah,
I
he's
don't
smiling.
think that everyone who ever spoke to Jeffrey Epstein probably knew what he was doing because obviously
and that's what I'm
depth
not.
to
There were
that.
people who knew
I'm
about the
sure.
underage thing.
But
and
in
the
my mind, I'm
sex
just like,
trafficking.
how do you meet that man and not think there's something wrong with him?
Well, there came a point where it all became public. He was charged criminally,
Right.
faced charges, and then people continued to hang out with him.
That's my problem.
Now we've got a problem. I don't know when that Stephen Hawking
I hope
photo
that's
was from.
before, not after. I really do.
But let's cut. This is me being kinder and gentler and more thoughtful. I'm feeling for poor Stephen Hawking. Cut the
think
man some
about the
slack.
women. You have a daughter.
I know. If they were forced into that, if they were trafficked into that, if they were voluntarily there just partying on Epstein Island and have some fun with my
They
friend
were,
Steven
and I
here.
believe the women.
So I don't know.
Somebody's lying, and I believe the women.
Well, I believe the women just because I think when you're next to a powerful man, I wouldn't say no either, just because I'd be afraid of what the
interesting.
consequences would be.
That's interesting. That's very interesting.
You know?
Yeah.
How do you know what's to happen to you if you're like, no thanks? Oh, okay, well now you're dead, or there goes your whole family, or there goes your future. Or
Well,
whatever's
he
to
is
come.
the retribution king, so he will come after you.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't know.
If you slight.
Not Stephen Hawking. I'm talking about Epstein.
Epstein.
Or like whoever.
Oh, the whole crew. That whole
Yeah,
group,
I don't
that
know.
whole
Stephen
group.
Hawking.
They get off on something.
He's a
with
cold-blooded
power.
assassin.
Yeah.
He's like, what was
Right
that?
here.
What was that movie with the guy with the guy who couldn't live? Kevin Spacey ended up. Kaiser Soze.
Kaiser
What was
Soze.
that movie?
Oh, down in Savannah.
Imagine. Oh God, I'm drawing a blank on that
no.
movie. The
Kaiser Soze. Oh, help me. I saw that.
somebody text in quickly. Kevin Spacey, Kaiser Soze. What was the name of that movie? Because I'm old and I'm drawing a blank. But just imagine. But it was the kind of like the gimpish kind of guy
Yeah.
who was the.
Kevin.
Who was the killer all along? Imagine if that was really Stephen Hawking.
Oh, God.
If he was the one. Vince Foster, he took care of Vince Foster for Hillary and Bill, and
Yeah.
it was Hawking
Oh,
all
I was down
along.
in Savannah, Georgia, because I went to Savannah and I saw the house they filmed it in.
It was the something, the usual suspect.
Oh, Usual
Jesus
Suspect!
Christ, I
There he
believe I
is.
didn't remember that. Anyway, all right.
My phone's dead.
All right. Phones are dying. We have gone overtime because we started late, but it's time to say goodbye. Leslie,
Lovely being here.
fabulous Lindsay.
See ya.
Always great to have the both of you here. Thank you for tuning into today's Daily Pulse Live. I apologize for the technical difficulties early, but
worth it.
thank you for those of you who hung in, who were there in the beginning and then came back afterwards as well. We had a little fun today. Gave you a couple of movie reviews, uncut gems for you old schoolers, Wuthering Heights for those of you who want to go to the movies and you're not afraid of getting shut up. And Watch the Taylor Swift and that gay hockey player Netflix
Taylor
series
Swift
and
has nothing to do with the gay hockey
No,
players.
two different. Sorry, the Taylor Swift
He
documentary.
can't quit you.
6-part
He can't quit
series
you.
and the gay and go back and watch Brokeback Mountain too. We don't care. Just wonder how these actors and actresses can do those scenes without really, feeling
Are
something.
we all faking it in a way?
Anyway, again, I never fake it, Boater.
Fake it till you make it.
I never fake it.
Cheers, everyone.
Come on down this weekend. Friday night, Winterfest kicks off. Entertainment all over the downtown. I'd love to see you at the Athenian Corner. Come on in. We'll have some laughs, share a drink. Maybe you'll get to meet the fabulous Lindsay and Belvedere Barbie in person if they decide to grace us with their presence, as they used to do on a regular basis before they became
Boyfriend.
Madame President and,
They have
and the
boyfriends
media.
now.
Yeah, they have boyfriends. That's right.
They used you.
Also, they did. They did. Lindsay used me just to get close to my
She
godson.
used you.
Belvedere Barbie used me to get to my
Didn't
godson.
she hook up with a star?
She did.
Both.
She did okay. He did okay too. George may have
Their
outkicked
star-
his coverage.
They were all good.
But
I didn't use nobody.
yeah, you got your man on your own. We don't know what the hell
Mine
happened to
struck
him.
me.
But
Just kidding,
anyway,
Rob.
all day Saturday, Winterfest, downtown Lowell. I'd love to see you. Don't hibernate. Come celebrate and get to meet the cake boss. All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. This wraps up another week of the Daily Pulse. We're back on Monday. Greg Pappas will join us. Aaron Gendron will join us on Tuesday, Election Day. Lots to talk about. Don't forget our live election broadcast beginning at 7:30 p.m. next Tuesday night. We got Sheriff 𝐋𝐞𝐬𝐥𝐢𝐞 coming in. I don't even know what the hell else we got. We all sorts of good stuff. And then the Pod Squad reunites. The full Pod Squad next Friday on the Daily
Right
Pulse
on.
Live. Till then, everybody, please stay safe. Have a great weekend. Enjoy gorgeous weather this weekend. We will see you on the other side.